You think Saving Private Ryan is just a war movie? Think again, because behind the bullets, the chaos, and the carnage lies one of the most profound meditations on morality and meaning ever put to film. Steven Spielberg didn't make a movie about World War II. He made a movie about what it means to be worthy of survival, about the guilt of living when better men die, and how courage isn't about fighting, it's about feeling. From the blood-soaked waves of Omaha Beach to the quiet guilt of an old man standing over a grave, we're breaking down 30 hidden symbols and deeper meanings in Saving Private Ryan, the film that redefined what heroism really looks like. 1. The opening and ending mirror, 30 seconds. The film begins and ends with the same image, the American flag gently fading against the sky. But it's not vibrant red, white, and blue. It's bleached, transparent, almost ghostly. It's not a symbol of pride, but of memory. Spielberg opens not with victory, but with vulnerability. This story isn't about patriotism, it's about perspective. 2. The eyes of memory, 1 minute. The first thing we see are the trembling eyes of an old man, James Ryan. The camera literally moves through his pupils into the past, as if memory itself becomes the portal. It's Spielberg's way of telling us that the war we're about to witness exists only in one place, inside the mind of guilt. 3. Omaha Beach as Purgatory, 4 minutes, 30 seconds. The D-Day landing isn't filmed like victory, it's filmed like punishment. The camera stumbles, shakes, falls, gasps. Blood sprays onto the lens. Sound disappears into ringing silence. It's chaos rendered sacred, a purgatory between life and death where humanity is stripped bare. 4. The bleached color palette, 5 minutes. Spielberg and cinematographer Janusz Kaminski drained 60% of the color saturation from the film. Every hue of life is gone. It's the visual language of trauma. Reality drained of emotion, memory bleaching itself clean. This is not nostalgia, it's mourning. 5. The shaking hands, 8 minutes, 30 seconds. Captain Miller's trembling hand isn't just a symptom of stress. It's his soul leaking through discipline. He hides it from his men because leadership demands certainty. But Spielberg keeps showing it because real courage is learning to act through fear, not without it. 6. The camera's confusion, 10 minutes. During the landing, the camera doesn't observe, it panics. Spielberg instructed cameramen to run, stumble, and breathe with the soldiers. It's not battle cinematography, it's documentary chaos. The lens itself becomes a participant, not an observer. 7. The absence of music, 13 minutes. John Williams' score, one of the most emotional in cinema, goes silent for 27 minutes straight. No drums, no trumpets, just gunfire and screams. It's Spielberg's way of saying no melody can coexist with this kind of truth. 8. The blood in the water, 6 minutes, 10 seconds. The sea turns red, swallowing bodies whole. The water becomes both womb and grave. It's visual poetry, birth and death merging into one. The ocean that once carried life now consumes it. 9. The lost helmet, 8 minutes. A soldier picks up his blood-filled helmet and still puts it back on. It's absurd. And that's the point. Protection no longer exists. War strips logic from survival. Even safety becomes meaningless. 10. Earn this. The moral equation, 2 hours, 30 minutes. The film's core isn't Save Private Ryan, it's earn this. Captain Miller's dying words aren't meant as inspiration, they're a burden. He's asking Ryan and us to justify a debt that can never be repaid. The living become prisoners of gratitude. 11. Captain Miller's humanity, 28 minutes. Tom Hanks plays Miller with quiet restraint. No swagger, no glory. When he finally reveals that he's just a high school teacher, it dismantles the myth of the soldier as a hero. He's not a killer. He's an educator forced to survive in hell. The war's tragedy is that it turns teachers into soldiers and students into ghosts. 12. The Typewriter of Death, 32 minutes. Back home, clerks type death notifications letter by letter. It's mechanical, bureaucratic, emotionless. Spielberg's crosscut between their quiet office and the screaming beach is devastating. Death travels faster than life through paperwork. 13. The Mother's Collapse, 36 minutes. Mrs. Ryan's silent fall as the car approaches is shot like a biblical painting, the modern Pietà. She doesn't scream. She just folds, collapsing under invisible weight. It's one of the most honest depictions of grief ever filmed, emotion too heavy for sound. 14. The Mission Paradox, 40 minutes. Saving one man by risking 8. That contradiction defines the story's soul. It's a moral math problem that doesn't balance because humanity doesn't exist on a scale. 15. The squad as fractured psyche throughout. Each soldier is a fragment of the same consciousness. Reiben, cynicism. Upham, innocence. Wade, compassion. Jackson, faith. Horvath, loyalty. Together, they form one broken man. The human condition divided by war. 16. The Death of Wade, 1 hour 5 minutes. The medic's death is the emotional heart of the film. He begs for his mother as his friends try to save him. A grown man regressing into childhood. Spielberg doesn't cut away, he forces us to witness. Because war doesn't just kill, it unmakes. 17. The Church with No Roof, 1 hour 10 minutes. The soldiers rest in a bombed church, light pouring through the holes. It's faith in ruins. They whisper about home, about music, about God. The ceiling may be gone, but prayer still rises. It's humanity's most fragile hope, faith that survives even when heaven looks back in silence. 18. The Letter Scene, 1 hour 15 minutes. Captain Miller reads Abraham Lincoln's real letter to a bereaved mother. Its history echoing inside fiction. 2 centuries apart, grief remains the same. Spielberg folds time itself into empathy, suggesting that sorrow is the one thing that never evolves. 19. The Sniper's Prayer, 1 hour 18 minutes. Private Jackson recites psalms while he snipes. Blessed be the Lord my strength. Faith weaponized. He kills through prayer, sanctifying violence with scripture. It's not glorification, it's tragedy. A man trying to find God in the crosshairs. 20. The Argument over the German Prisoner, 1 hour 20 minutes. When the squad debates killing their captive, Spielberg turns morality into chaos. Every man has a different answer: mercy, vengeance, logic, anger. The argument is civilization breaking apart in miniature, and when they release the prisoner, it costs them later, proving that in war, even mercy has consequences. 21. The Knife Scene, 1 hour 40 minutes. Perhaps the most horrifying moment in the film. A German slowly drives a knife into Mellish's chest as Upham listens, paralyzed. Its intimacy turned to horror, the sound of one man's breath becoming another's death. Spielberg refuses music, refuses cuts. Spielberg refuses music, refuses cuts. He makes you stay, because in war, the most terrible thing isn't dying, it's hearing someone die. 22. Upham's Transformation, 1 hour 50 minutes. By the end, the once naive Upham becomes executioner, coldly killing the same man he once defended. It's the loss of innocence, the slow corruption of morality through exposure to violence. He becomes what he feared. 23. Captain Miller's Confession, 1 hour 25 minutes. When Miller tells his men he's a teacher, not a soldier, they fall silent. It's the only time they look at him as human. That small admission breaks the hierarchy, reminding us that every act of leadership carries the cost of pretending to be more than you are. 24. The Bridge as Metaphor, 2 hours 10 minutes. The bridge they died to protect holds no strategic value. But that's the point. The bridge is meaning itself. They fight not for geography, but for the belief that some things are still worth protecting, even when logic says otherwise. 25. The Butterfly, 2 hours 15 minutes. Just before the final battle, a butterfly drifts across frame. No one notices, only the camera does. It's Spielberg's signature moment, life insisting on existing, even in hell. Beauty doesn't vanish in war, it just flies too fast to catch. 26. The Exploding Tank, 2 hours 20 minutes. When a tank explodes, seemingly out of nowhere, there's no clear cause. It's divine intervention or random chance. Either way, it's grace. For a brief moment, chaos gives way to miracle. Spielberg's message: sometimes survival is meaningless, and that's what makes it sacred. 27. The Death of Captain Miller, 2 hours 28 minutes. As Miller dies, he whispers, "Earn this." But his expression isn't anger, it's doubt. He's not sure his sacrifice will matter. It's the film's cruel paradox. The hero who saves a man he'll never know dies wondering if it was worth it. 28. The Cross of Fire, 2 hours 29 minutes. As Miller slumps against the motorcycle wheel, flames form a cross behind him. It's not coincidence, it's visual absolution. The soldier as martyr. War has replaced religion with sacrifice. 29. The Fade to the Present, 2 hours 30 minutes. When we return to the old man in the cemetery, it's not closure, it's confession. He spent a lifetime trying to prove he deserved to live. Spielberg's time jump isn't nostalgia, it's moral weight. The past doesn't fade, it calcifies. 30. The Final Salute, 2 hours 35 minutes. Ryan salutes Miller's grave, stiff, trembling, almost childlike. It's not a military gesture, it's spiritual surrender. He's not asking if he was a good soldier, he's asking if he was a good man. 31. The Flag Restored, 2 hours 36 minutes. The flag returns, but this time the color breathes again. It's no longer desaturated. Hope, faint but visible, seeps back into the frame. Patriotism becomes human, not about nations, but about memory. It's Spielberg's final statement. You don't earn peace through war. You earn it by remembering what peace costs. So maybe Saving Private Ryan isn't really about war at all. Maybe it's about the quiet courage that lives after the noise, the kind that wakes you at 3 a.m. wondering if you've done enough. Because in the end, this film doesn't celebrate heroes. It grieves them. It doesn't glorify sacrifice. It asks whether sacrifice can ever be enough. And if you haven't seen my previous breakdown on The Godfather, check it out next. That story shows what happens when power devours morality. This one shows what happens when morality tries to survive destruction. I'm unseen on screen, and remember, the greatest battles aren't fought on beaches or bridges. They're fought inside the soul, between guilt and grace.